Thank you. Right, here we go. Let's do my little. Okay. Well, here we are at 2025. My goodness me, can't quite believe that. And here's a couple of photos from our event last year. Lovely Lorraine Thomas, who's one of our judges, with Sophie from Woven Farewell Coffins, and one of our other judges, Carol, with our winner, Julie Core, of the Best Consumer Business. So, as I said, 2015 we started, and we've been celebrating the achievements and talent of business women ever since. And we cover, well, there is something for everybody. So we cover a wide range of industry specifics, but there's also generic categories. So, you know, there is something there for every female entrepreneur. And here's a little photo of our gold winners from last year. So who are our sponsors? Because we couldn't run these awards without sponsors. We put an awful lot into this, into our awards, and I go to a lot of awards myself, so I know how much we do and how much we put into it, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors. So I just want to stop sharing my screen for a minute so that we can just say a quick hello for some of them that are here today. So Katie from Crane and Staples, you should be here somewhere, I believe. Got so many people on my
Debbie.
screen.
Yeah, we're here.
Hello, Crane and Staples have supported us since the very beginning. So Katie, tell us what Crane and Staples do and what do you love about the awards?
So we are a law firm. We're in Welwyn Garden City in Hertfordshire. We cover, I'm a solicitor in private client, but we've also got my colleague Juliet here who also judges with the awards, a family solicitor. So we cover family, private client law, conveyancing. We kind of do quite a bit of different law here. We have sponsored the awards since the very beginning. My colleague Sharon Montgomery met with Debbie right at the start. So she's been there since day one. And over the years, we've sponsored and then we've also judged the awards as well. So this is my 4th year judging. They're brilliant awards. I've attended a couple, I think I've attended 3 awards nights now, and they're really so much fun. Really entertaining, lovely to meet lots of different people, and just see, you know, from judging over the summer, which is what we do, which is also brilliant. It's such an honor to look at everyone's different businesses and what they do. I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's great to be a part of.
Oh, and thank you. And thank you for your support, Katie, and to Crane and Staples. So thank you very much. Is Sophie Morn here? There she is. I can see you from Cleveland, Scott, York. Good morning, Sophie. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, slowly getting there. Yeah. Morning. Thank you for your patience. Yeah,
That's
just wanted
okay.
to say hello from Cleveland, Scott, York, and we are we're intellectual property attorneys. So I'm a patent and trademark attorney. I'm based in Hertfordshire, but we've got an office in London as well, and we help clients protect their trademarks, patents, all of their intellectual property. So it's a very niche area of law that we work in very specifically. And we've been sponsoring the awards for about 9 years and just really enjoy it. The reason we keep coming back is I think we can see that we're genuinely helping by sponsoring these brilliant awards. You can see how much benefit people get from entering and just seeing their own achievements once they've put down their award entry, and then entering this brilliant network of people. It's a really positive network that you then become part of once you've entered, and meeting the other sponsors and meeting all the entrants. So that's one of the reasons we come back every year and want to support this.
Thank you, and thanks so much for supporting me for so long. It's incredible. So thank you very much, Sophie. Fiona Scott from Scott Media. I know she's here.
Yeah, I'm here. Morning, everyone. Hello to all my friends that I already know, and hello to those of you that I don't yet. I've been sponsoring the award. I think this is my 3rd year, Debbie.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the reason I chose to do it, ladies, is because I got heartily sick of there being loads and loads of award opportunities, but not for people like me who ran a consultancy, are not a scaling up business, don't employ a lot of people, yet still contribute to the economy, and still have a degree of success, what I term to be success, because our perception of what is successful is different for all of us. So that's why I did it in the 1st year, and then just met loads of lovely people, loads of lovely, inspiring women who are ambitious in their own way and who are willing to stand up and be counted and be judged, because actually it's quite courageous to put your business out there to be judged by people you don't know, because we all put our heart and soul into our businesses, don't we? And yeah, it's quite you're exposing yourself. So I admire anyone who can do that. And if you're wondering, I'm a journalist who runs a PR company.
And a very good one at that. So
thanks, Debs.
Thank you, Fiona. Let's move on to Dawn from Rose Cottage Doggy Daycare, who was a winner and became a sponsor a couple of years ago. Hello, Dawn.
Morning, everybody. Hi, Debbie. Yeah, so why do I do it? Because when I entered the Best Business Women Awards, I had no idea, not got a clue that I actually might win it. And the feeling I got from that, I was just oodles of confidence, which I was lacking. And being a woman in business with everything else that we do as women is bloody hard work. So to be recognised for that hard work within our business was just an amazing feeling. So I came straight back as a sponsor because I wanted to pass that on to the next lady that won the award in my industry, which is obviously the pet industry award. So yeah, so I'm here for my 2nd year of sponsorship because I wholeheartedly believe in Debbie and what you're trying to do with these awards and the amazing women that are in that room on that night. And it's a pleasure to be part of.
Thank you. And you're up in Chesterfield, so if anyone needs dog care, talk to Dawn.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say what I did. Dogland, as in Disneyland, Flamingo Land, Legoland. We provide that place for your dog.
Fantastic. Thank you. Stefan, let's come to you next. Oh, your mic's not working. Have another.
Is that better?
That's it. There, we've got you.
Yeah. I forgot. I did the best bit already. I'm Stefan. I'm the author of Business Networking for Dummies, and the reason that I sponsor the best networking group is that the people who run networking groups rock. In a world full of bad news, they're the people who allow us to go in and create our own good news. So I absolutely believe that the people who run the networking groups that we're all hopefully members of around the country, they deserve some recognition once a year. Plus, I'm Debbie Gilbert's #1 fan as well. So that's why I chose to be involved. Morning all.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. So we'll sit from Oxford all the way over to Amanda Fitzgerald, our roving reporter, Major Visibility. Hello.
I'm going to have to put the hat on. If you mentioned my moniker, Major Visibility, I'm going to have a fight with you, Stefan, because I am Debbie's #1. Or is everybody here on the call? So my name's Amanda Fitzgerald, and I help people like you get major visibility in the press. And awards are fundamental. They can be pivotal in terms of you getting seen and getting out there. So Debbie has had so many success stories with award winners getting press coverage and getting onto Sky. We had somebody who won an award and just put her press release out into the local press and picked up £1,000 worth of business. So it's a real confidence booster for you. I love your awards. They're really fair. They're really professional. The event is amazing. It's outstanding. So yeah, I am helping people for the 3rd year, rather sponsoring the awards for the 3rd year running, and I love it. So thank you very much. And you all go through blood, sweat and tears and running your businesses. So yeah, get onto that podium. And the other great thing about the Best Businesswoman of the Year awards is that you're going to become either a finalist and then you become a silver or gold award winner. And again, that's a press-worthy story. So there you go. Thank you very much for including me.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you very much. So we're going to move on to some of our new sponsors for 2025. We have the lovely Mary Gregory, who won Best Coach last year. And she came to me and said, we need a new category to showcase female leaders. So Mary, you joined the sponsorship team.
I did indeed, and I'm very excited about this. So, as a coach, my business is all leadership coaching and facilitation, and I'm a real advocate for women leaders, which really made it a no-brainer. Having experienced winning the award last year, and the whole celebration and the whole application process, which in itself was a fantastic learning process, as well as affirming what you're doing in the world, what your contribution is in the world. It just seemed like a no-brainer to why have we not got a Women's Leaders Award out there, because women need as much support and visibility in terms of leadership as possible. And I think this is a real great opportunity for making sure that's showcased.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Sharon Gaffney, our Best Green sponsor.
Hello, everybody. My name's Sharon Gaffney. I've been with Debbie from the start, so it's been very exciting. I've helped start over 2,500 businesses, so I've seen it all, heard it all, and seen people grow to phenomenal levels, and Debbie being one of them, so that's really exciting. But my passion is obviously the environment and sustainability as well. So I've helped many businesses become sustainable before it was a trend, and now it's a necessity. One of the things I would say to you, though, is that the Green Award isn't just about being totally environmentally sustainable. It's about what actions are you taking, what you're hoping to take, how you're going to take them. So don't be frightened to go in there if you feel that your business isn't as sustainable as you think it may or should be. But these awards are phenomenal. The one thing, judging for the last 10 years as well, please answer the questions.
We'll come on to that later, Sharon.
I know. I'm not going to go into it because I know you
go into it later.
I've got to go, so I'm going to make sure
Amazing.
that you please answer the questions.
Thank you.
And that's lovely, and keep the passion alive, because all of you are, when we read your stories, the passion comes through and it's just phenomenal. So I'm off to the dentist in 10 minutes, so good luck with it all, everybody. And it's lovely to meet you all.
Thank you. Amazing. Thanks, Sharon. Jaylan is also one of our new sponsors for 2025. I know she's here somewhere. I think she may have been having problems with her internet.
I'm here.
Jaylan, oh, you are. Fabulous.
I am having... Hello.
Hello. Do share why you've got involved with the awards and a bit about your business.
Yes, sure. I don't know.
Oh, I think your internet isn't working. Oh, shall we come back to you a bit later, Jaylan? It's not working at all. Sorry. Oh, I think she's and I'm not sure if we've got anyone here from Banya, but we've definitely got Alec Jones Hall here. I know he's got a really bad cold. Do you want to just say a quick hello?
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I've got a really bad cold, so if I sneeze and cough, you'll have to excuse me. Hi to all those that I know from the expos. Lovely to see you all here. I've known Debbie when she first started. You were just launching the Best Business Awards. You came to our Winter Expo many years ago, and we sponsored the awards last year, and it was just incredible to see so many female entrepreneurs across the UK getting celebrated, getting recognised, and we're really passionate about celebrating female leaders and female entrepreneurs. So really pleased to be back. Really looking forward to being at the awards. And a bit about the expos. We've welcomed over 70,000 SMEs over 13 years to our events. We do them across the country. We do 6 shows throughout the year. And if you've not been to one, we'd love to invite you all to them. They're free to attend. And we'd love to welcome you to the Great British Expos this year. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, and get well soon. I don't think anyone's here from Banya.
Okay.
From what I can see. If they are, please make yourself known. But Banya are going to be sponsoring the Children and Families category. I can't see anybody here. And Carryad Marketing are still sponsoring the Community Champion category. I can't see that anyone's here from them either today. So, okay, well, thank you to all our sponsors. Oh, Jaylan, you're back. Can we test your sound and see if it's any better?
Let's see. I tried another Another
That's a bit
connection. Is
better.
it working?
Yes, that's better. Over to you.
Fabulous. I'm so sorry. I'm in between two meetings in a coffee shop. But hello, everyone. I'm Jay. Call me Jay. It's written with a weird C. And I run Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, which is a business growth platform for women business owners like yourself. And we help women business owners grow their businesses with different growth programs. And the reason why I'm sponsoring this amazing award is because I do believe that visibility is utmost important, and awards will give you that. But also, I believe that there's nothing worse than winning an award that was a Mickey award, and these awards are really, really well thought through. And when you are nominated, it means that you deserved it. It means something. So you should be proud of it. You should be just proud of being able to submit, because even that is a hefty process. And I invite every one of you to join, because that will actually boost your visibility. And we're here to say no founders left behind. And Debbie is sharing that vision as well. That's why. Thank you, Debbie. And thank you for allowing us.
Thank you. And I'm delighted to welcome you onto the sponsors this year. And finally, Justine Perry from Cariad.
Morning. Morning, and apologies for being a bit late. Sorry about that.
Just quickly share a bit about Cariad and why you're sponsoring.
Okay. So a bit about Cariad, digital marketing agency based in Hertford, Hertfordshire, and we are been going for 16 years. So we're celebrating our sweet 16 at the moment, which is why I got a little bit distracted. Apologies for that. We've been supporting the awards because actually, as a female-run business, I just am inspired by the work of other female entrepreneurs. And I think that the Best Business Women Awards is the best in the business for celebrating the remarkable achievements of women throughout the UK. So that's why I'm delighted that we've been sponsoring for all these years, and absolutely adore the fact that we sponsored the Charity Champion, because it is awesome.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. Right, well, you've met all our sponsors. Let me go back to my presentation. Here we go. So thank you to everybody for your support. Let me just... So these are all our judges. We're going to hear from some of those in a minute. We have over 25 judges on our panel. There's no voting in the Best Business Women Awards. I feel an ick when people ask me to vote for them, because that becomes a popularity contest. This is a properly judged business competition, judged by business experts, many of whom have been in business for millions of years and have got so much knowledge. And some of my judges have been with me since the start. One of them is Roma Bromick. And I just want to say a quick hello to her, because I know she's got to skip off. She is our head judge. Where's Roma?
Hi. Yeah.
Hopefully. Good morning.
Morning.
So Roma, just quickly tell everyone what you're looking for in an entry.
Okay, so as Debbie said, I think we've known each other, what, 20 years or more, possibly. And yeah, so my background is strategic growth. I work with not new start companies that are already established, but they've got ambitions to grow very quickly. So they could be a one-woman band, or they're looking at growing, as someone already said, as a consultancy, not necessarily in terms of adding people to their headcount. So in terms of some tips and ideas as a judge, one of the things that's really, really critical, it might sound obvious, but answer the question. Too often we've got people who will talk about themselves, and yes, we want to know about you and why you were inspired to start the business that you started, but more importantly, we want to know what your business is about. How does it address some of the issues in your marketplace? Who are your competitors? What defines you as different to them? Why would a customer come to you rather than someone else? So we really want to understand why you're as good as you are. Financials are really important. It gives us a picture of the business and where it's going. It's not purely about, well, are you making a profit? Are you making a loss? You might be making a loss in the next 2 years, but that's because you're plowing your profits back into growing the business. So we need to understand, please don't just give us overhead figures. That means nothing. When I look at a set of accounts, I'm trying to understand where the company's come from and going to. And sorry, just looking at my notes, I always make notes of what we should be looking at for the next year. Yeah, think about your strategy to date and make it clear to us, what's your strategy to date been and where is it going in terms of the future, so we understand what you're looking to do as a growing business. And as I say, you may not be into wanting to necessarily grow the business in size. It may be taking more of the market share that's out there, or that you need to achieve a certain turnover by a certain date with a profit margin of X%, and this is the reason why. They're the key things, I think. I don't know if I've missed anything, Debbie.
Don't worry, we're going to go through it in the presentation, but thank you so much, and thank you for all your support and everything you do. You missed our 10th birthday last year, which was tragic, so hopefully you're going to be there this year. So thank you so much, Roma.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I'll be going in about 5 minutes.
Thank you. So now I want to go over to one of our winners from last year, Gillian Jones-Williams, who has a company called Emerge. Gillian, do you want to just share the award that you won and what you thought of the evening and how it made you feel?
Oh, and how much champagne we drank. Thank you so much for inviting me. And last year I won Businesswoman of the Decade, which was a different award for you, wasn't it, Debbie? I know, for everybody. And I just thought it's amazing. I think that the awards are very much a celebration of the incredible talent and resilience and achievements of women in business. And I just don't think we get enough of them. So for those who don't know, I've seen quite a few familiar faces here. I found winning the award, it was such an achievement. It's I'm getting pretty old now. I've got a very good filter on today, by the way, just in case you're wondering. So I'm kind of entering the winter of my career, so it felt quite apt to win that. But it was so humbling and quite meaningful for me, because my journey into the business was far from traditional. Now I run a training and coaching development consultancy. And if you don't mind, Debbie, I just want to stop on this point, because I want, if anybody else out there is thinking that they're maybe a bit different, I want you to understand that wherever you come from in these awards, there's always a place for us. So my mother was chronically bipolar, which meant that I didn't stay very long at college at all. I had to get a job. So I had no qualifications. I later discovered I have bipolar 2 and also ADHD. Which presents its own challenges. But I've been running my business for 30 years now. And being recognised for some of the obstacles was quite amazing, because I don't think I'd really taken the time to sit and think about what we've been through. Debbie and I recently did a podcast, and I was talking about the fact we've been through 2 recessions, Brexit, that pandemic thing that you showed. That, honestly, it fills me with dread, because on the 23rd of March 2020, after running my business for literally 25 years, we lost everything. We were a face-to-face training company, and we watched our business disappear. And so we then had to reinvent, we had to evolve, we had to change. I had a lot of staff, I have overheads. It's, it was quite difficult, but we did it, and we managed to succeed. And it was really a very good experience for us, because it meant that we became much more global, and we had a far better reach. So there's a lot there. And 5 years on, certainly our business is even stronger than ever. Otherwise, obviously, we wouldn't have won last year. But winning the award really helped me to pause and have a think about these achievements, and think about, celebrating successes aren't just important, it's essential for all of us. And the accolades that you get, they come from many different places. Like Debbie mentioned, there was press achievements, as we approach International Women's Day this year, I've had lots more requests to speak. And in fact, funny enough, this morning I got a request to go to Parliament on the 6th of March to discuss women in the workplace and the future of women in the workplace. So for those of you who are future award winners and aspiring nominees there, I'd just like to say these aren't just about recognition, it's a real platform to show your resilience, your innovation, the impact that you make. And whether you're a startup, a thriving company, or just really shaking up your industry, I honestly think they're great. I loved the fact that they were judged, and I was lucky enough to have a conversation with the judge afterwards. Romesh, I can see you there, hi, who told me why I'd become a gold winner. And again, you know, that was really a great thing to do, to stop and reflect. So I've got to be completely honest, I never really wanted to apply for awards, never thought about it before. And so I was one of those people who had no idea, I didn't think I'd win. And when I see the video of me on the night, which was just a brilliant night, what I remember of it, that's the adrenaline, not the champagne. It was just a brilliant night. And the shock on my face when it was announced, it was just wonderful. So just can't thank you enough, Debbie. I've loved it. And I honestly urge anybody here is sitting on the fence and thinking, I'm just not sure. Just do it, because it's a wonderful experience.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you can hear Gillian's full story on the podcast. So thank you for joining me this morning, Gillian. Right, let's go back to the presentation and give you some more facts about the awards. So, so every year we raise money for our charity champion of the previous year. You can see here Justine presenting this to Fiona Mahoney from Reminiscence Learning, and they are going to be our charity for 2025. Fiona is here to share a bit about what the charity are up to. Fiona, do you want to just say hello? Where are you? Hello, all the way from Somerset. How are you today?
I'm brilliant, thank you. Apologies for being slightly late. I had a bit of a tech crisis, as you
Don't worry, but share a bit about what you're up to. I believe you've got quite a interesting event coming up.
I have, yes. Well, I'm actually I'm the founder and the CEO and occupational therapist at a dementia charity in Somerset called Reminiscence Learning, and we've been running since 22 years now, which is really, really amazing. Considering what you were just saying just now, Gillian, about all the things that we've had to battle through as we've gone through, including pandemics and things. But no, my charity, we started, as I say, back in 2003, and it started mainly as a training charity and training healthcare professionals. I set up a reminiscence room because my granddad had gone into a care home, and he said you can have anything you want. So I set up this room full of all the memorabilia to sort of trigger people who are living with dementia, trigger their memories and get people to actually be able to communicate with one another. Really tremendous success. But as the years went on, we discovered that actually people wanted to learn about dementia, they wanted to learn about activities, they wanted to learn about reminiscence. And as well as that, we moved premises a few times, and we wanted to actually have community events. So we ran community sessions for people and their carers. Especially during the pandemic, after the pandemic, we discovered how important the carer was. And we've focused quite a lot on the carer, as well as obviously the person living with dementia. So now we run sessions, respite activity sessions. We have outdoor projects. We have Fun Day Fridays. We do carers groups. And as well as that, we also have our little friend here, Archie, who is our Archie, and I wrote a story and workbook and the whole project on Archie, which is we take him into the schools and teach them all about dementia. So we link the primary schools and the care homes together with an intergenerational project. And at the minute we've got 64 schools across the country which have accessed this project. So we're really excited about all the things that we do. Our tagline is supporting your dementia journey, and we believe that that's what we do, is take people from the beginning right the way through until perhaps that person does have to go into care. So I'm very proud of what we do, and I love awards in a way. I love awards. My first award I got was in 2012, and which was great. But then I realised, actually, once I got an award, I then have to get another award, or I have to. Do you know what I mean? You have to keep going with it. And actually, somebody said earlier about looking at your business plan, and what it does make you do, it makes you review everything each year, because you look at it. I don't go for awards every year, but we do look at awards regularly and go through, and we don't win them all by any means. And to be fair, I hadn't won an award for a while, and I was a finalist last year in the Somerset Business Awards. We were a little bit disappointed because we really felt we'd done an amazing sort of like, we tried to really put our whole heart onto the paper, if you want. But sadly, we didn't win it. And I've been talking to Debbie. I met Debbie at a networking group a year ago, a year ago, or 2 years ago, whatever it was. And Debbie sort of believed in me, and she said, "You've got to apply for this award." And I said, "Nah, it's okay. We didn't win last year, and whatever." And it wasn't about winning, but anyway, I am so pleased. Debbie is an amazing person, and she has encouraged me and helped me to really feel confident about it. And when I went to the award, I really believed I wasn't going to win it. And I'm the sort of person that does manifest good news, but in my head, I was thinking, I am not going to win this award. And I thought, I don't mind, because I'd walked in the door at 6 o'clock, and actually, it was like a full party. It was amazing. I've never been to an award ceremony in my life before like that. I walked in and I thought, it's 6 o'clock in the evening and everybody's having a party. This is amazing. So it was a wonderful evening, really professionally put together. And I loved every minute of it. And I loved even more because I won. And when I won, I could not believe that I won. I mean, my husband said to me, "You literally went, oh," instead of actually everybody else went, "Yay," and I went, "Oh." But I feel do you know something? I was telling my team the other day, I said, I feel quite emotional even talking about it. I feel this has been the sort of pinnacle of my career. It's bizarre. It's the Best Business Women Awards charity champion, which is amazing. It's for me, but it's for the charity as well. But I actually said, if I never win another award, I don't actually care, because I feel I've sort of reached the top in my awards, whatever. And I really, really feel so proud of it. And the best thing about it, because it's charity champion, is that it's actually for the charity as well. So it's for me, but it's for the charity. And so this year we are their charity, your charity, and we're trying to put some effort into this to make ourselves a bit more known. So I'm looking for people who might want to be locked up in a prison. This isn't what you were expecting, I know, guys, but this is what we're doing. This is our big event during Dementia Awareness Week in May the 21st this year. And we're going to Shepton Mallet Prison, and we are going to be looking for inmates to be locked up, do the whole prisoner experience, and then raise bail money for the charity, which I think is going to be great. It's going to be a really brilliant publicity event for you guys as well. You can put this all over your social media. Imagine that, saying, I've been locked up and how I'm helping somebody else as well. Fantastic. Now, the more exciting thing about this, so I will be quiet in a minute, Debbie, I know, just go. The more exciting thing about this is we have a patron, Angela Rippon, who unfortunately she's starting her Rip Off Britain again filming, so she can't actually be there on the day, but she's going to do a video for us that will be promoting it. But we have also our other ambassador is Dick from Dick and Dom. Some of you will remember it in The Bungalow and all that, but you may not. But he read Horrid Henry and everything too. So he is going to, and has agreed, to be locked up in the jail with us. And I've also got a Deputy Lord Lieutenant who is a BBC journalist who's also going. And yesterday we heard that Somerset Radio, BBC Somerset, are going to actually broadcast for 4 hours from a cell. So it's all becoming a bit mad, really. But if you want to join a mad, crazy charity, raise some funds for us so that we can help to continue the amazing work that we do. We don't get government funding, so everything we have to do is events. Debbie is there helping me with this. She's going to be helping me to sort this out. I know that from the hard depth of her soul. which is great. And I would love you to just, I will send you our email in a minute on the chat. And if you can ping to me, if you would like to be part of the jailbreak, then please do contact us. And I don't know if Justin's still on there, but I think Justin, he was a judge. I'm convinced Justin's still going to do it, aren't you? And other people I spoke to at the event and the winners event that we did afterwards. So I'll be quiet now, but I am prouder than proud, I can tell you now. And I'm also going, Gillian, I'm going to the House of Lords as well on the 7th. So I'll see you there.
Look forward to it. Fiona, can you just remind me of the date of the jailbreak? I didn't hear it.
The 21st of May.
Thank you.
Put it in the diary. Thank you very much.
I'm in it on the chat, Fiona. I'm hoping to be there. I'm hoping to be there.
Oh,
we'll have to lock up all our
fundraising from jail. Gotta be there. Sounds like so much fun.
So I'm sure that you're all gleaning from the Best Business Women Awards that we are a community and we love to support. It's not just turn up for one night, get an award and leave, or no award, because some awards don't even give their finalists anything, but we do. So, and we want to support and promote you and help you gain more coverage about what you're doing. So I hope that's what you're kind of gleaning. So I'm going to go back to my presentation and actually tell you more about how to enter. So let's do that. Oh, right, ingredients for entry. So it's really about having a passion for your business or your charity, making sure you include your industry expertise, having a focus and clear direction with your business. We do suggest that you're making a profit, except for the new business and best networking group categories. With new business, we're not expecting you to necessarily be showing profits at the moment, but you would want to be, without a doubt, sharing projections for your business, and that you've got good testimonials and reviews, and that you also, let me just move that out of the way, have strong processes in your business. So I don't know why my little thingy isn't working. There it is. So what are the benefits of entering and winning? Well, this gives you an opportunity to do a review of your business, to look at it from all angles through looking at the entry and the questions that you get asked. It also definitely creates new business opportunities for you. It's a huge validation of your expertise and a recognition of your achievements. And it does give you a competitive edge around your competitors. Businesses that have won credible awards do tend to get more business than those that don't. We've already heard from 2 of our sponsors who are involved with PR. It is a great PR opportunity for you to share your story with the press. And the press very much see people who've won an award as being validated. If they've won it from a properly judged awards, you know, they're more likely to use your story. And what they're actually interested in is not just the award win, but the story behind the business and what you've done. It's a great thing to be able to share with your customers. And also there are networking opportunities on the awards evening, and we also run other events and things like this for you to share your business. And it's also great for SEO for your website, because our website has very strong domain authority. Backlinking to us is actually really good for your SEO, and we obviously create links to your business as well. So how to enter: you select up to 2 categories. So you can enter 1 if you want, or 2. Have a look at the criteria. So there will be 1 category probably for your industry type, and then there are other generic categories. And if you're not sure which category to enter, call us and discuss it first before you put the entry in. Entry is online. There is a cost to enter, and often people want to know why there is a cost. And the cost is because when we didn't charge for entry, when we were first a new awards a few years ago, we got deluged with loads and loads and literally thousands of entries, most of which were not completed properly. And when we brought in the fee a few years ago, what we now get in the main, most people complete them properly. They might not always answer the questions properly, but they do complete it, and the level and quality of the entries went up. And obviously we're handling hundreds and hundreds of entries every year. So that's why there's an entry fee. The charity champion is exempt from an entry fee. That's the only category that's exempt. And we also give one free ticket to a charity to attend the event as well. My advice is to carefully read and answer the questions before you even start the entry form, to make sure that you can actually answer those questions, that you've got the right information, and that you can pull together evidence to support your entry. As I said at the beginning, there's no voting in our awards. They're all properly judged. So each entry is seen by 3 different judges independently. There is a judging criteria. They have a training session before the judging starts. And even some of the judges who've been doing it for years come back for the training session, and they're given a pack to help them with the judging. So it is all done properly. And Roma, who you met earlier, who's our head judge, will, if there's a tie in a category or there's any adjudication required, she will deal with that. So here are our 2025 categories. I won't go through them all now, but I will draw your attention to, we mentioned earlier about our new category for female leader. And we have brought back the recruitment category this year. So every so often we swap the industry categories around, because obviously we couldn't run categories for every single industry every single year. So we swap them around, and this year we've got the Best Businesswoman in Recruitment back again. And all of the other categories you will have seen from last year. And the only other change is that we brought a category out last year called Businesswoman of the Decade, because it was our 10th birthday, to celebrate businesswomen who'd had their businesses for more than 10 years. So this year that changes to lifetime achievement. You do need to have at least 15 years trading to enter that category. And that is all about the lifetime that you've had in your business or your industry. And we want to recognise those women who've had a business for an awful long time. Also, last year we had some special awards because it was our 10th birthday. And so we looked at some of the women in the room that hadn't won a gold award, but had definitely contributed to their industry. And we selected 6 women last year to receive special awards. And we may do that again this year. Let's see. So it all depends on who enters and what those achievements are. And, you know, I think selecting the category carefully is quite key. So think about what you want to be known for. And if you want to be known for best customer service or most inspiring businesswoman or best business, or you really want to be known in your industry as an industry specialist, you know, really think carefully about which categories you're entering. You know, we're not one of those awards where you can enter every single category. We are very much about select 2 and select wisely, and just call us if you have any questions. When I send you a link to the video, I will send you a brainstorm document that you can use. And I suggest you do a brainstorm first before you start your entry. And then when you start putting it together, do it on a Word document. All the word counts, we'll come on to those in a second, are there. And they're there to stop you waffling. So they're there to help you be succinct and get your point across. It's tempting to go to ChatGPT and just put the question in there and ask it to answer it for you. However, what we spotted last year was people didn't answer the questions because they did that. It didn't meet the criteria of the answer that was needed. So try to write your answers yourself. I mean, obviously you can use AI maybe as a prompt, but make sure that you are writing that entry on a Word document, get it done correctly, and then copy and paste it and submit it into the website. I mean, I would say get a folder on your PC and keep a record of the achievements and the things that crop up in your business week to week that you might want to put into an award entry, and then you've got them there ready. Other things like your business finances, your marketing stuff, you know, marketing plan and all of that sort of thing. You know, have a folder around awards and put everything in there. And then if you come to do an entry for another awards, you know, you've got the award entry you did for us, and you can remodel it and use some of that as a basis. Because most awards have similar-ish questions. They won't all be the same, but they'll be similar. Regularly ask your clients for testimonials. And if you do get somebody to help you with your entry, make sure you read it before it's submitted, because every year we have people that have had other people doing their entries for them and they haven't read and checked them before it's gone off. So make sure you know exactly what has been written about your business. People come up to me at the final and say, where did you get this information on the bio? And I'm like, well, you submitted it in your entry. So we get that happens at least one person every single year. When you're using our system, I'll show you the links in a minute. You have to save the link. If you start working on it on the system, you have to save the link, otherwise the entry will be lost, and it's because it's a secure server. But what I would say is just work on it in a Word doc, get it right, get it how it should be, and then just copy and paste it in and attach your evidence. And then you're not in and out of our system risking losing that link. Our questions, on the website, you can click on the different categories and have a look at the questions. But just to give you a bit of a flavour, we're asking you about your business, 250 words. We're asking you how your business differs from its competition. We're asking how you deliver great customer service, the challenges that you've had to cope with over the past year, what activities are instrumental in the growth of your business, your turnover, your gross and net profit, and supply evidence that could come from your accountant or from, it could be a download from things like Xero or QuickBooks or whatever, just to prove what you're saying. And also, quite importantly, what does your business do to give back to others? And if you make claims about supporting a charity or local community projects, make sure you get some form of testimonial from them to back up what you're saying. And we also want to know why you're passionate about your industry. So those are generally the questions. Some of the categories have more specific questions tailored to them. But you can have a look at the questions before you even start the entry. And then we ask for a 50-word business bio, and that doesn't carry any points, but what that does is that goes into our program for the awards. You get a souvenir program, which is printed that you can keep, and your business is in there. And obviously, so are normally around 100 other women. We shortlist around 100 to 120 women every year. And, so make sure that bio is correct and up to date, as I said earlier. So when you go in, you'll be able to view the questions there when you click on the different categories and click on the question button. And then if you do start working on your entry on our website, although as I've said, I don't advise you doing that, you click there, save and continue, and it will send you a link via email. So you can come back to it. And without that link, your entry will be lost and we cannot retrieve it either. So we can go into an entry once you've submitted it. What we can't do is tamper with any entries. So once you've submitted them, we have sometimes we get a case where people forget to put something in. You have to resubmit it, and then we would refund that other entry for you and delete it off the system. We can't tamper with the entries because they go into a judge's portal for each category. So it makes it really secure. We don't have anything to do with the judging at all. And any problems you experience, you come and talk to us and we'll see what we can do to help you. So top entry tips, I think one of the judges already covered this about reading and answering the questions and demonstrating the true strengths of your business. The evidence is so important. I can't stress that enough, and I'll give you a list of ideas in a minute. And make sure you're checking that word count and grammar. It will cut you off if you go over word count. So we see this quite often when people have copied and pasted it in and they've gone over word count. Also, just make sure your grammar and it makes sense. Sometimes people put things that don't make any sense. And last year, somebody managed to copy and paste question 1 into every single box and submitted it. And unfortunately, there's nothing, we can do because that goes to the judges and they've got nothing to go by. So just make sure you read through it all before you click the submit button. And if you've never entered awards before, and maybe your business might be a bit, not run of the mill, might be a bit niche, my advice is to get someone else to read your entry who doesn't know you very well, just to sense check it, and avoid using acronyms and what I mean is like, you know, terms that maybe your industry would understand, but the judges wouldn't, abbreviations. Just be really careful about doing that. So make sure that anybody could read that and understand what you're talking about. And try and enter as early as possible, because the last day is always manic. Every single year, we get about 150 people trying to submit in that last hour. And it's a nightmare because obviously lots of people on the website. It's all a bit crazy. Why would you leave it to the last minute? Try and submit it. Put your deadline as a week before. We don't extend our awards ever. We've never done it. I know lots of awards that do it, but we don't play those games. That is a deadline for a reason. 10th of June at 6 p.m. So just make sure you've submitted it. And I would get it done as early as possible, to be honest. Overall, the judges want to understand what your story is, what the challenges that you've had to overcome, your triumphs, your achievements, and your credentials. So you might be qualified by experience, you might have official qualifications, so make sure you add that in as well. With the evidence, the key here is proof. So people make sweeping statements in award entries and they don't back it up with the evidence. So you have to make sure that whatever you've said and whatever claims that you've made, you can put that into your evidence, and you can create a nice document in Canva or Adobe or a Word document and create it all together and put that information that backs up what you're saying. So testimonials, I mentioned qualifications, case studies, looking at where you have taken your clients from and to, where were they when they started working with you and where are they now? Financials we've already mentioned, and charity work, customer surveys, you can put together a customer survey quite quickly on SurveyMonkey, for example. Send that out to your customers and upload that as your evidence. Again, if you've got staff, so for example, with the female leader category, we would be expecting to see some form of evidence about how you work with your staff. Marketing plans, business plans, and I wouldn't put in all of your pages and pages of Facebook reviews or LinkedIn recommendations. What I would suggest you do is you pull off 4 or 5 really strong, good testimonials about you or reviews, and then signpost the judges to where they can read the rest of them. And you might be using industry sites or like Trustpilot or Checkatrade, or you might be using Google. Decide on which testimonials showcase best what you've done. And, one line that says, Miss Jones from Somerset said, I'm brilliant, that's really not going to help the judges. It needs to be quite specific about you and your business and your standards of customer service and support. Make your entry read like a story, so make sure that it's a good read. As I've said earlier, avoid jargon, inflated claims, and, pointless evidence, like including your HR handbook of 90 pages. Please don't put that in. You're really focusing on claims that you've made and the things that you really want the judges to know about you and your business. And labeling the evidence makes it easy for them. You can put it up to 4 files. The files are fairly big, so you can put a lot of information, and don't be tempted just to put a photo of yourself or a photo of your premises or something which is just on its own quite irrelevant. So really think carefully about the evidence you're uploading, and that's the thing that catches most people out, if I'm honest. It's the lack of evidence, or evidence which really is not that relevant to the award that we're applying for. If you're not sure, just ring us and ask us. We're joined today by Denise O'Leary, who's written a book called Winner, How to Win Business Awards. Denise was a winner of our awards back in 2017. She won marketing and PR. I got to know Denise through the awards, and she said, oh, would you contribute? I'm going to write a book about winning awards. I said, of course I will. So you can read my very funny story at the beginning of the book, about the first time I ever won a business award. And you know, Denise has been on our judging panel for many years. She's an excellent judge. So I'm going to stop sharing and just introduce you to her.
Thank you very much, Debbie. And so lovely to see so many friends and so many new friends. That's what you make in these awards. It's such a friendly awards. And I'll share a bit about my journey. When I first entered, I did not know anybody. I literally went across country from the West Country where I am and across to north of London, attended an awards ceremony as a finalist where I knew nobody. And it was so friendly. I was so delighted to meet so many people. We had so much in common, some of the challenges we'd had, some of the business journeys we'd had, and it was so encompassing. And the first year I did not win, but I kept going, and that really is a point for people. Do keep going. Sometimes it isn't your year, and you can only win against those that enter on that time. So if you don't put your name in the hat, then you won't be there to be chosen from. The second year of entering, I did win the best marketing and PR category, which was a new category at that time. And since that time, I've supported the awards. It's an honour to judge. And one thing I would say from all of your evidence, do make sure you put it in. Have you now got a document where you've captured screen grabs of where you've done a speech, where you've had a LinkedIn post, where you've had a Facebook post, where your photograph has been in the local media? Capture it as you go, because it's really hard to go back and capture all of those moments when they've already passed. So if you're on this call and you've had a graphic, do a little screen grab of it. I've done that today. I've just done a little screen grab when it's been shown, and I will add it to my PR document for future usage. So do that and capture that evidence. And as a judge, it can be the evidence that sways the category in its totality. You know, we look at all of these wonderful businesses, that they're often so varied, even amongst a category. And we don't reveal which categories we judge, and we don't share any information with other judges. It's totally independent. But if you've put a little gem of quote or an image, me seeing you on stage somewhere talking about what you're doing, that can be really, you know, an inspirational extra mark grabber. And sometimes it is within a couple of marks. It is surprising how tight it can be. Other years, there's sometimes someone who's absolutely outstanding, and it's a absolutely definitive result. But you know, do keep that evidence.
Thank you, Denise. Right, let's go back to my little. Denise, do put the link to the book in the chat.
I shall do that. Thank you very much.
So if you are selected as a finalist, make sure you make the most of it. So social media posts, email your lists, add your logo to the website and email footer. We announce our finalists early July. We never give the specific date because we never know, you know, judges get sick or things happen. So we have our judging fortnight, and then we have our adjudication process. And it's normally by the 5th of July, 5th or 6th of July. And once you get that, you know, make sure you make the most of it. Write a blog, share a press release. We send you a press release template that you can use. Or you can work with press companies like Fiona Scott or Amanda Fitzgerald and get some support, but get the story out there straight away. Make sure you congratulate the other finalists. So I'll tell you a little story about last week. So I was a finalist myself in the Great British Business Women Awards for my networking company, Support Network of the Year. And I got one of my team to go through the finalist list and pull off everyone's LinkedIn profiles. And we contacted and connected with every single finalist. And I had people coming up to me on the night saying, "Oh my God, you're Debbie Gilbert. Thanks for connecting up with me." Nobody else did that. Nobody else did that. 170 women, nobody else did that. And what that's done for me is obviously I've now got all these connections with all these incredible women. And it's grown my network. It means I've got people I can reach out to about goods and services I might need, or I might be able to connect them with people that I know. So do that. You know, we actually do the hard graft for you. And again, very unusual, we send you a social media list. So use that list and connect with people and follow them and just, be active. Media coverage. This is just a small screen grab of some of the coverage that's happened over. We've got thousands. If you actually put in Best Business Women Awards news coverage and click on news, you'll see there's pages and pages of it on Google. So I would recommend getting some help from someone who understands PR. So if you've got the time to do it yourself, you could work with somebody like Amanda Fitzgerald. And if you've got no time and you're happy to outsource it, you could work with Fiona Scott or other PR agencies. I mean, there's loads of companies out there. So many of our gold and silver winners have had huge publicity from glossy magazines. We've got people on the Victoria Derbyshire Show, Sky News, BBC Breakfast, Rip Off Britain. And there's two little screen grabs there of local papers or online news outlets and local newspapers picking up on these stories because they were sent the details. So there's two there. Great publicity for you. Amanda mentioned earlier about somebody picking up £1,000 worth of business from one piece of PR. She was a will writer and she submitted it to a local paper. Somebody saw it who was looking for a will and they rang, and got in touch. I also had a similar experience. I was a finalist in the Stevie Awards last year and went to New York and I won a silver award. My local paper ran a story. It was on the digital version. It was also in Somerset News. And I picked up 2 phone calls about this and 2 people that were interested to talk to me about my marketing company. So just don't diss this. This is so important because awards position you as an expert. And if you've got a good, interesting backstory, this one at the top right, Ashley O'Connell, had been homeless and came through homelessness to start a business, a podiatry clinic, which ended up being like 7 or 8 staff. And she had that story to share how she changed her life. And this is what sometimes the journalists are really interested in. On the night of the awards, when you come along, take as many photos as you can, post on social media while you're there, do a live on your phone. You really want to be creating a buzz around your business and maximizing all the images. And our awards are pretty unique because everybody who is selected as a finalist will win a silver award or a gold award, or even maybe a special recognition award. Nobody leaves our awards empty-handed. And I know that feeling because I had it myself last week where I went to an awards, the winner got a trophy, nobody else got anything, didn't even get a certificate. And you sort of leave thinking, oh, it was a nice evening, but it would be nice to have been recognised. And that's one of the things that I do, which is so different to other awards. It's not a token award. It is a true award of your caliber, your achievements, and it is really, that signal that you were selected because, not everybody who enters our awards is going to be selected. That's a fact. So it is a real accolade for you, a silver or a gold. Of course, everyone wants to win the gold, but actually having a silver for some people has been amazing and it's made such a difference to their business. This is a picture of our silver winners from last year. So I can demonstrate to you, we give a huge amount of recognition to everybody in the room. Everybody comes up on stage to get their awards. Everybody has photos of each category. The silvers have their photos, the golds have their photos. We also have some group stuff as well. We really try and make this a celebration of every single woman in the room. This isn't about just recognising 20 women who have won the categories. This is about recognising everybody. This year, we have made the decision to take the awards out of the London area, and it was a difficult one, but ticket price has not gone up since 2019. And I really didn't want to put the ticket price up, but the costs are just humongous in London and it's just gone up so much. So we also felt that the people up in the north, they have a lot more expense coming all the way to London. So we're going mid-country. We're going to Daventry, which is in Northamptonshire, just below Birmingham, near Leicester. And we're going to the Mercure Daventry Court Hotel. That's where we're doing our final on the 10th of October. So people always say to me, well, I can't make the final. Is there any point in entering? You know, some awards disqualify people who don't come to the final. We don't do that either, because it is a properly judged process. We announce the finalists. The winners have already been decided at that point. We're not going to change those goalposts just because you don't buy a ticket and come to the final. What I would say is you're going to miss a huge opportunity for what I've talked about earlier, the photos, the atmosphere, the celebration, the video, so many things. But you do have the opportunity to get the awards sent to you afterwards if you are selected. I would say if you know you cannot make that date, don't enter, save it for next year. But things crop up in life, you know, things happen and people enter and then find they can't come, but you don't get disqualified. So you'd be pleased to know. We do make it a real celebration. You know, we have different themes every year. We have dancers. We've got all sorts of things happening this year, which I can't share with you, but we really try and make it a celebration. And the celebrations don't end on the 10th of October. Once you have won one of our awards, you are part of our Winners Club. And what we do is we do 2 events per year. We do one in the summer and we do one nearer Christmas, normally towards the end of November. And we try and keep the cost down. So we used to do lunches and things, but it's so expensive. So we do a drinks event, and it's a great opportunity to come and meet with other successful business women from across the UK. Yeah, we do all kinds of things at these winners' drinks. So, you know, you get sent the details. If you want to come, great. And it's normally a 3-hour event. Your ticket price includes some drinks and some nibbles. And we just make that another opportunity to celebrate, because we do love a celebration at the Best Business Women Awards. So few dates for your diary, just so you can make a note of these. The closing date is the 10th of June at 6 p.m. There is no extension. Please do not ask for an extension. You will not get one for any circumstances. The finalist announcement will be done by the 7th of July, and our final is the 10th of October. And as I said earlier, I pretty think it's pointless entering if you can't go, you can't attend. So be part of the conversation. This is our, you know, we are on Facebook. We're actually thinking of deleting our X account because I don't particularly like the man who runs it, but we still do have an X account. We're on Instagram, and we've got a very busy LinkedIn company page. The hashtag for this year will, of course, be BBWA 2025 or Best Business Women Awards 2025. And we've got tons of videos on YouTube from previous winners. And the last 2 years are on the homepage of our website if you want to have a quick look at those and get more flavour of what the ceremony is all about. I also have a podcast. We're now up to around 140 episodes. It's been going since 2021. It's called the Business Awards Show, where I interview people who have won an award, sponsored awards, judge awards, organised their own awards. Got a few people on there that have done their own awards. And have a listen to those. And there's the actual episode 2 is Denise and I talking about evidence. So it's our most listened to episode. So go and have a listen to that as well if you're not sure about evidence. But we will probably run a couple of little mini award surgeries this year, which we'll do on Zoom if people want to come and ask questions and they want to do it in a more group environment. So this is the final slide, which is the lovely Cheryl Laidlaw there winning the STEM category with David Bell, who is one of our judges. Antoinette Oglethorpe, previous winner who's become a judge, presenting one of the special awards, and the lovely Dawn that you met earlier presenting the award to the Animal Services winner, Arlene Miller, last year. So I'm just going to come back to our room. So we've got some of our judges here. So I think it's quite important just to get a few words from them. So Ramesh, is he still here? Ramesh?
Yeah, still here.
So Ramesh, you came on the panel, was it last year was your first year?
Yes, it was.
Yes. So maybe share anything that you think hasn't been already said about the entries and what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, I think the first thing to say is that I was really impressed by how robust the procedure was, and the quality and level of entry was very, very high. So I suppose reiterating certain points that have been made, evidence is really important. A clear idea of the story, what makes you unique, and you will have those points to bring out, and don't be too shy or scared to talk about that. You know, your values, what's driving your business forwards, what makes you different to your competitors. I think it's all about having a really compelling story. What's your why? And why do your clients or customers choose you? Backing that with evidence, bringing in other factors such as your personal experience and story, which may have informed your journey. I think all of these elements come together to bring, you know, quite a powerful application. But as I said, please be confident to enter. It's a good thing to do, and actually I was really inspired by seeing lots of these entries. But as Debbie and many others have said, it's you're joining a community, really. It's one that's based on integrity, because it is a really well run, very well structured awards process that has tons of credibility. You're joining a community where people will help you and you can learn from, but importantly, where you've got the opportunity to help others, and get that inspiration as well. So yeah, hopefully that adds a bit.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ramesh. And it was important to me to have men on our judging panel as well, because actually then we've got a real balance of different judges from different backgrounds and obviously different genders. Now, I touched on the fact of other people writing your award entry for you, and there are people out there that can help you with this. And one of the women who's worked alongside the Best Business Women Awards since I started is Kate Adam, who writes award entries for people who are time-starved or who just, you know, writing is not their strong point. So I just want to say a quick hello to Kate, because she's here somewhere, I believe. She says, Kate, are you there? I've got her on my list. She's showing on here.
Sorry, yes,
Ah, you're there. So, Kate, it's not cheating getting someone to write an entry. Just briefly talk through, you know, when you're working with someone, helping them write their entry, you know, what the benefits are for them.
I think one of the biggest things is, and it's sort of, you know, it's touching on what so many of the judges and sponsors have said, be really confident about your achievements. The best thing about somebody like me helping you do that is that some people feel very uncomfortable shouting about what they consider it shouting, they consider it bragging. It's not. It's providing evidence as to why they are the best. As Ramesh was just saying, what's your why? Why would people choose you? Where clients say they really benefit from having me, or, you know, somebody like me to do that, is that we will see things that you take for granted that you do. So it is that independent set of eyes. I always say it's digging for gold. I'll ask you a lot of questions. You'll come back with a lot of information. And then I'll say, well, that's really interesting. And it's digging and digging and digging to really find those nuggets of gold. I think the other thing that is sort of my catchphrase, which Debbie will know well, is anytime you're writing something, just say so what, or get somebody you really trust. It might be one of your board members, it might be a mentor, it might be a coach, it might be a business buddy, it might be, you know, a family member. But anytime you're writing something, say so what. Because by asking that question, you will generally get to something that's much more powerful and will stand out. I'll also help you find some headlines. It's about getting the judge's attention and keeping it. But please, yes, I think somebody said, I'm on LinkedIn. Kate Adam, Meredith Marketing. I'd be very happy to have an initial chat, no obligation, and see if I can help you. And thank you, Debbie, for all of your support over the years. It's been fantastic. 11 years, I can't believe it. I remember right back to year one.
I know,
So
thank you.
congratulations to you, multi-award winning business genius.
Thank you so much, Kate. Yeah, Kate, put your details in. And I think Emma's here as well, who writes award entries. And if anybody else is on the call who writes award entries, put your details into the chat. We do have a list of people that we would recommend as well, so we can always send that out to you. Let's just finish off with a couple of our judges' final nuggets, really, before we go. Maggie, do you want to say anything?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. It's good to see you all. Hello, everyone. So Maggie Sappho, I'm one of the judges. This is my 4th year, and I think these are such incredible awards. I do lead a women's network in the City of London, the Athena Network, and I'm also the CEO of Mary's Consult, which is a business and personal growth advisory and consulting firm. I feel that these awards really enable you as a business owner or a business leader to hone into some of the successes that you never share, but just to support what everyone else has been saying. The evidence is key, and so it's always all well and good to list these successes, but supporting that with that evidence is you playing this game that I call help me help you with the judges, because if you're able to help them, then it's easier for them to help you. Otherwise, yes, we do still go and look at your social media and your website and other places to find the evidence. But if you were to include like Debbie said, your best testimonials, it helps us not to go and look at the 200 testimonials, but look at your best 5 and all those kind of things. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, if you're thinking about it, if you're kind of sitting on the fence, please don't, just go for it. It's incredible. And it's one of the fairest and most rigorous awards I have seen. So thank you, Debbie, and thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
Thank you. And Antoinette, you became a winner, and then we invited you onto the judging panel. Where are you? There you are. Let's put you on the spotlight. So just share with people, I mean, obviously from your perspective, you've been a winner as well as a judge, and I think you do judge other awards, don't you, as well as ours. So just give us a little perspective from you.
So the Best Business Women Awards was the first awards I ever entered, and I was very fortunate to win that year Best Coach, and it was awesome. I mean, having won the first awards I ever entered, of course, I then thought it was easy, and it isn't. And I haven't won every award I've entered ever since, but it's well worth pursuing. And having been involved in other awards, I would agree with what everyone says, that this is the best awards. It is the one that has the most integrity. It is a community. It is supportive and really worth entering. I'm not going to echo everyone else's points about evidence, although I am going to reinforce it. I think the one thing that occurred to me, and I really enjoyed the judging process last year, my first time as a judge, very difficult. Oh my gosh, so difficult, because all the entries were so impressive. And so, yes, anything that makes you stand out is really important. I personally hate creating videos myself, but those entries that stood out were the ones that had podcast interviews, they had videos, they had things that really brought the person on paper to life. And so if you've got that kind of evidence, that really helps, or even, in our articles and interviews with you. One other thing I noticed last year was the pandemic was awful for all of us, especially in business, but it's life in business is quite a long time ago now. So while it might be part of your story that you survived the pandemic and maybe you pivoted your business in the pandemic, there has to be more than that, because You know, pretty much everybody has either survived it or started up during it or started up in the wake of it. And so don't rely on the pandemic as being, you know, the key thing, because in times I just felt like, okay, you know, that's a bit tired now.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to make sure that that isn't really a factor now, because it is 5 years ago. My goodness. Thank you, Antoinette. That's really useful. Artie, is there anything you want to share that hasn't already been said? Artie's also one of our judges.
Hi everyone, great to see some familiar faces. So yeah, I'm a certified brand strategist and coach, and I help business owners to mindfully define their business and personal brand so that they can position purposefully and have conscious conversations to be the obvious choice. Talking about being the obvious choice, you know, entering awards is a great way to build credibility and your reputation, because ultimately people want to trust you, right? So this is a great tool, a great way to be able to do that. In terms of, in addition to what everyone else has said, I would also add, look, if you're going to be doing your own entry, you know, don't treat this as a tick list kind of checklist exercise. Oh, I've got to do my, you know, entry in. I would honestly, you know, even create a bit of a ritual around it, a ceremony of like, right, I'm going to clear the diary for 1-2 hours, you know, get really intentional and not just only think from the head, come into the heart space, you know, share, you know, really get into, why am I doing this entry? What is it that I want to get known for? And what do I want to be celebrated for? Because, you know, you've gone through your business journey, and this is just a wonderful way to celebrate and champion women in business, and really elevate your brand, and, you know, grow in the way that, you know, feels good for you. And that's going to come only really from you by sharing the information. And as others have already shared, do answer the question as it is. There's no trick questions here. You know, the number of times I've seen, you know, when I've gone through in the submissions and I'm like, oh, that answer should have been in question 4. And, you know, I've actually called Debbie and I'm like, Debbie, but it's in question 4, but it should have been in question 2. And, you know, it is a rigorous process, very meticulous for a reason. So just please do check in on that. And also, you know, if it means carving out time, you can always, you know, come back, take the questions first, start answering them, you know, separately, and then, you know, submit them all together. But carve out that time to really get intentional, you know, collect the evidence and then piece it together bit by bit. It doesn't all have to be done in one go. And don't allow it to be something that's of pressure, but actually enjoy this process, because that energy and the heartfelt words will come through in your entry, because that's also something that I've really picked up on when people have written their own entries, and it's really come from that space.
Thank you, Artie. That was really useful. And our final judge,
Debbie, for having me.
Thank you, who's here, is Falguni. I think. Falguni, are you still here? Oh, there you are. So
Hi.
is there anything else that you want to add that maybe hasn't been said already?
Yes. So just going back to the process and how you know, how fair it is. You know, Debbie will send you 2 or 3 categories that you're going to judge. If you know anybody on that list, you need to, you know, immediately tell her, because you're not going to be judging people that you know. And that, you know, is really, really, this happened to me last year. I knew, she sent me 3 categories and I knew somebody in each one. And so she was like, what category am I going to give you now?
I was like, oh God, I've got to try and do more judging again.
Yeah. And as it turned out, you know, all 3 of them were my clients, and you know, and they all won gold and silver, which was lovely for them. But, you know, I didn't judge those entries. So I think it's really, really important to clarify that. Other than that, you know, echoing just what everybody else has said on the process. Just a quick, shall I just say what I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a business growth coach, and prior to that, I was a corporate lawyer for 20 years, and I've been running the coaching practice for 7 years now. And so I work with ambitious and talented owners, founders, and managing directors to help them overcome growth plateaus, helping them to put a structure in place so they can consistently implement in the different areas of the business. And it's all about tracking. And one of the things, at the heart of my coaching is, aligning your personal goals with your business goals, not the other way around, so that, you can create that lifestyle that you want. And, we talk about work-life balance, but we never stop thinking about, our businesses, and it's very difficult. So it's more about work-life integration. How can you, manage to do both and still enjoy and be a successful business owner? And thank you very much, Debbie. This is my 4th year for being a judge, and I absolutely love it. Running a business is not easy. It's a roller coaster. So everybody who runs a business and puts themselves forward for the awards, fabulous. Keep doing it. Thank you, Debbie.
Thanks for your support. Okay, has anyone got any questions? Happy to answer anything. Just pop your little handy up on here. Let me just have a look. Right, okey-doke. As I said earlier, we're here if you've got specific things that you want to ask us. I know sometimes this is what happens. We've run this event so many times that very rarely do people ask questions at the end. They go off and think about everything. We'll send you a copy of the slides. We'll send you a copy of the video so you can rewatch it. And there is a lot of information on our website as well. So thank you for joining us today. There we go. Yeah, thank you for joining us today, and thank you to all our judges and sponsors that give their time and money to help us run this event, and hopefully we will see you in your glad rags on the 10th of October. Thank you very much, everybody.